Before taking the largest stage in college football Saturday, the feared Northwestern defense had given up an average of just over 7 points in each of its first 5 games. But after a 96-yard J.U. Chesson kickoff return for a touchdown on just the first play from scrimmage, Michigan grabbed hold of a momentum that would lead them to 14 more points in the first quarter, sending a message that Jim Harbaugh's squad was ready for the prime time.
I got to give a ton of credit to Michigan. I thought they played very well, and I'm absolutely ecstatic. Rudock graduate.
In a nearly flawless performance, the former Iowa quarterback went 17 of 23 for 179 yards and rushed for 1 touchdown.
He understood how to pretty much manipulate us when we're too aggressive, and then also how to do so when we're too conservative.
But it was the feisty Michigan defense that stole the show. They held Northwestern to just 168 total yards of offense in their 3rd straight shutout victory.
And I don't think it was on Clayton's shoulders. And you got to credit Michigan. And this isn't to discredit the job that Coach Harbaugh and his staff are doing. They're doing a terrific job, outstanding. But that's a veteran team we just played, and we got to learn from it.
The homecoming match with Iowa on October 17th will not be the battle of the undefeateds that Northwestern hoped for. However, the Big Ten West remains wide open for Fitzgerald's squad. From the Big House in Ann Arbor, I'm Noah Fromson, NNN Sports.
The security is so beefed up that you can almost smell ribeye steaks in the hallway, and the usual suspects are here. But aside from that, the administration has invited 23 guests to join Michelle Obama in the First Lady's box for the speech, and they've also chosen to leave 1 seat vacant to honor victims of gun violence and their families. And I'll be back here in Statuary Hall live after the State of the Union with reactions from candidates and congresspeople alike. Jesse?
When Nebraska and Minnesota faced off last Saturday at TCF Bank Stadium, the Husker defense did not match the Wildcats with a shutout of the Gophers, but the offense did put up an impressive 464 yards in the 45-28 victory. And for a Northwestern defense that's been picked apart each of the last 2 weeks, those high numbers are exactly what they hope to avoid.
So we've been working tirelessly to improve on a lot of the mistakes that Iowa just pretty much utilized the entire game. And it's 2 mishaps the last 2 games, and hope to get back to playing the football that we intended to play at the beginning of the year. And we just got to be better at the point of attack, in which we improved on this week.
Gibson and the Wildcat defense have their hands full with a Nebraska squad led by Tommy Armstrong Jr. He guided the Huskers to a 38-17 homecoming victory at Ryan Field last October, throwing for 221 yards, rushing for 55, and even catching a 16-yard touchdown pass from DeMornay Pearson-L.
You got to be understanding of the situation and who you're playing. So a guy like him, he makes a lot of plays out of the pocket. And he'll escape to his left, but he's a right-arm quarterback. He's going to roll out that way, so you have to be disciplined in your rush.
When it comes down to it, we got to make plays with balls in the air, staying in coverage. You know, you're going to get the scramble, we're going to get the rollout, all that good stuff. But we're confident in our abilities and our talents.
And Igwe Buke is correct. The Northwestern defense is chock full of talent. But some fans and speculators fear a repeat of the 2013 Wildcat campaign, a disappointing season that began with a 5-0 record, but is remembered for the 7 consecutive losses that followed. But Godwin and Deontay both say with confidence they're not concerned with the past.
You know, we're facing adversity. Leadership obviously is very important. Coach Fitz and our leaders have done a great job of, not panicking. We've been here before. We know what we have to do.
We lost 2 games, yes. We remain 5-2 with a lot of our goals still ahead of us. We're just going to keep playing. We're not going to compare ourselves to a past team because a lot of the parallels we had in the beginning was the Gator Bowl team, but now we're getting parallel to a team that lost 7 games in a row. Choose your poison if you're a fan, but for us, honestly, we're just focused on the next game and playing our game and being this year's team, a great team.
Strategy aside, the defense took a precaution banning all religious activity this weekend. It wasn't official, but they don't want any Hail Marys.
It's that, it hits,
Does that Hail Mary ever creep into conversation?
I don't know what you're talking about. Just let flush it.
No jokes. No jokes.
Oops. From Welsh Ryan Arena, I'm Noah Fromson, NNN Sports.
Well, it may be good to be rich, but it may not necessarily be bad being poor.
They have no hardship whatsoever.
Remember, these folks have been conditioned to believe that they are victims.
The longer you pay people not to work, the longer they're not going to try to work.
What we have in this country is an entitlement mentality.
True poverty is being driven by personal behavior, not an unfair economic system.
I was born in Ivory Coast, where I'm original from. I came to United States at 2012. When they start the terrible in my country, I went to other country. Before we came here, they gave us some paper. What paper will show them we are refugees? I did not choose the Rajas Park. My mom just wants to live some area with her babies. I have no money in my accounts. Then after I get job, but they just stop everything because I get job. It was like a kind of trouble because we did not speak enough English that time, so not good money. To work at the dishwasher, you have to start very low. I get home sometimes 4:30, sometimes 1 by 5 in the morning. Then take shower and pray and like dinner, kind of like a breakfast. Then sleeping sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours. It was so difficult. So, but I don't want to stay working with the dishwasher. I have to speak perfect English like American people. I know that will take time, but I can. My tutor name is Kenty. He's helping me. Sometimes if I found out some new word I don't know, I'll ask him.
My guess is he's significantly improved his vocabulary in 2 months. He really works at it. He's very motivated by wanting to get ahead in America and do well in America. He has a specific goal. He wants to get in a welding program at Jane Addams. I once asked Bakaroba why he came here, and he told me there was war in my country. And he's very positive, and he has a very sunny disposition, but I suspect he's probably seen some grim things.
To live in the United States, when I was new, it was very difficult. I just don't want to stay all live my life in Rajas Park. I think soon I may move. It might be Chicago, maybe it might be another city.
Last season, the women's basketball team was young and inexperienced, but full of potential. This year, the team is 13-3 and notched its first 10-game win streak since 1989. It seems like one offseason was just what the doctor ordered.
Having 7 starters back, experience-wise really helps you. And then, just the attitude and the energy coming off last year to, not settle and be really hungry. And I think that's where we are.
In the non-conference, we kind of handled our business this year, which is really nice to see. And we're just playing as a team. I mean, it really changes things when you have each other's backs on the court and off.
I think this year we've really done a much better job sharing the ball, taking care of the ball, getting better shots.
The numbers don't lie. The Wildcats have improved in every offensive category, and their assists per game average ranks first in the Big Ten and 12th in the nation.
A lot of unselfishness out there on the court, and we have a whole group of people who can go off on any night, which is really good because it's like one night it's me, one night it's Nia, it's Maggie, it's Lauren. You never know who it's going to be.
Coach McEwen's squad also started last season off hot, going 10-3 in 2013, but they followed that up with a 5-14 record in the months of January and February. This season's different. They've won 3 of their first 5 Big Ten matches, and they're committed to making sure that a slump like that never happens again.
Knowing our scout, it's a really big thing in the Big Ten to know the players that you're going up against and trying to shut down their 2 best scorers on defense. Just executing the game plan and using that experience that we gained last year and the beginning of this year to help us through.
There are going to be times where it's going to be tough, where we're going to be down or whatever it is. Like, we started kind of slow out in that Michigan State game, but we came back and bounced back strong, and that's the important thing, is to be able to bounce back whenever we have those slumps.
The Cats have a lot to prove, but they have 7 more weeks of Big Ten play to show that they're for real. I'm Noah Fromson, NNN Sports.